Wedge Antilles, a talented young rebel pilot from Karelia. Wedge Antilles survived the attack of the first Death Star to become a respected veteran of Rogue Squadron. Hello, welcome to another Centurion's Corner, and today we're reviewing Wedge Antilles, or Red 2, standing by. So this guy has survived the whole entire galactic civil war. From A New Hope, he was in Empire, in those snow speeders, and then again at the end of Return of the Jedi, attacking the second Death Star, and he survived a lot. And also, what a brilliant character done by Hasbro, because this guy went far and beyond and become like the leader of Rogue Squadron. Now, all those extra sort of legends out there, whether you want to keep them canon or not, this guy had a major role in Star Wars, and he's never really kind of sort of fulfilled that role. Like, he's always sort of just looked upon as the cool kind of sort of like X-Wing pilot. And yeah, I just think well done Hasbro for bringing this kind of character into the Black Series line. I'd just love to have more of these X-Wing pilots, really, like Porkins, or even sort of like the ones from Rogue One as well, just to break it up with all the different sort of like jumpsuits and stuff, and the different helmet patterns and everything like that. So yeah, I mean, this guy was played by Daniel Lawson, who was the uncle of Ewan McGregor, so kind of like keeping in that family circle there. He kind of went on to Holby City, whether he's still in Holby City or not, haven't seen it for about several years, but yeah, well, here he is. So we look at his box first. I mean, down this side here we've got Wedge Antilles. I don't know, I don't think it looks like him. It's kind of got that elonged face, but apart from that, it's a little bit off in my opinion. We've got the window display, we can see Wedge's helmet, we've got the sort of rebel blaster, and obviously Wedge. And Wedge himself, again, I like to see him with the helmet on, but yeah, I'm not too sure on his face really. I'm going to have to get a close-up of Daniel Lawson back in the 70s. So on the side here, we've got Wedge Antilles, and in the black, Wedge ANH. He's number 102. And on the back, we've got the picture again with his bio. So, without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. Right, here he is in his blister pack, and yeah, I mean, he's looking pretty cool. There's nothing there, nothing hidden away. What you see is what you get, and his body does look like a Luke X-Wing rehash, which I think it exactly is. It's got this little hook on the side here, which Luke would have for his lightsaber, unless these flight suits actually come with these clips anyway, and it was just handy for Luke to clip his lightsaber on there. But what we do, we get him out, first impressions, then I'll take him for a review and some photos, and yeah, I'll do a comparison as well with Luke Skywalker archive. So let's grab him out. Yeah, definitely like it's just definitely the same as a Luke Skywalker kind of body, which I don't mind. I mean, they're all going to look the same when you're in a flight suit anyway. But it would be nice to maybe have a holster there for his gun. But nonetheless, it looks alright. Face looks a little bit better, more from the sides as well. And yeah. Anyway, what I'll do, I'll take him away, take some photos, put him through his paces, and I'll see you in a mo. Well, welcome back. So yeah, I've taken through his paces and everything like that, and yeah, he is a Luke Skywalker X-Wing body, which you probably all knew anyway straight away, but I just wanted to see if there was a different bits of articulation in there and everything as well, but there's not. Unfortunately, it's just literally the same. And actually there's a few little bits on my figure which I don't know if it's going to be a kind of thing that goes across everywhere, but it's not only a little few small nitpicks really. But yeah, I mean, a hash body, do we really care about a hash body? I mean, how many clone troopers and how many stormtroopers are we going to have? They're all exactly the same. This side is just the rebel troopers having hash bodies rather than the Imperials, and I don't mind that. If it fits to the structure of the character, like Wedge, you know, he's a sort of like a normal looking guy, you know, he's not overweight, he's not too muscly, he's just slender kind of built, and it fits and it works. So yeah, I don't really mind. So with that, it comes with 2 accessories, which is his helmet and his blaster rifle, and we'll just take a look at those. So his gun, starting off originally, he just holds it in his hand, just nice, and it's not too bad. Just the detailing on there, it's just a pure plastic black gun, and the end tip is painted nice and silver. No weathering whatsoever, but it doesn't mind with these guns. They look alright with no weathering, and it's a good job that this bit's painted silver as well, as I've had a few in the past that this isn't. And while I'm here as well, rather than going through his articulation, this is where it's a little bit here. His hand is very, very loose. So I don't know whether if that's just mine or it's just an ongoing thing with some people out there, but yeah, unfortunately his hand's just not too loose, not too bad as like I had Padme, where the gun's just a little bit too heavy for it. It just still holds it, but you just need to get it just right. I'll take that out. So his other accessory is his helmet, and yeah, fits him really nice. Got those transparent yellow kind of goggles on there, and it's pretty cool. And actually it's probably better than the actual Luke one as well, because it's made of a little bit of a squidgier plastic, so it doesn't feel like you're sort of really going to scrape too much of the paint off on his head. And yeah, so we've got, this is the Wedge one obviously, and then we've got Luke as well. And yeah, as you can tell, like the detailing's different, and just got the different marks and stuff on there just to identify their helmets, just like kind of Top Gun. And yeah, pretty good and pretty cool. But I'll apply the same pressure on these helmets, and you can just see how sort of squidgier the Wedge one is. So with that, we can go with his articulation anyway. So with his head, he can obviously go left, he can go right, he can look down, and he can look up. Not too much on there because he's got that old 70s style, but you know, it's not too bad. And then his arms come up, we have a rotation, and we've got a rotation at the actual elbow, and his arm comes up to a 90-degree bend, which is not too bad. We've got the rotation at the wrist, and we've got it on a hinge. We've got kind of like an ab crunch, but not too much, and not too much back either. His legs come out this far, but they're hindered by these. Obviously you can pull them up a bit further to get that little bit more out there. We've got an upper thigh rotation just up here. It's a little bit stuck. His leg can come back this far, and leg can go that far, which isn't really hindered by these. We've got a double jointed knee. Get that strap out of the way. And then we've got the rocker and the pivot, and then we actually got a swivel down here at his lower boot, but this side as well down here, which to be honest it's kind of like a new thing. The other Luke had it as well, but not every single Black Series figure has that, so it's kind of a nice little like detail that they put on these ones here, just for that extra little bit of kind of stability when they're trying to do a gun shooting out sling. And yeah, I mean, sculpt wise, I mean, yeah, we got the head. I mean, I'll put a little picture up here of Daniel Lawson from back then. It kind of does and it kind of doesn't. I'm not 100% sold on it, but nonetheless, it looks like Wedge to me. But yeah, it's not what I call like an on point kind of looking character. His hair's done okay, maybe a little too brown, looking a bit basic, and it'd be nice with a little kind of bit of a wash over the figure. But again, to the flight suit, you know, same as Luke's, we've got that orange kind of ness all over it, and we've got that kind of oiled stained, as if it's kind of been used and worn, and these guys just chuck them on straight away and straight off, and they don't really have time to wash them. It's just got that horrible sort of stainage on there, which I like. So on his front chest part here, we've got that kind of all the buttons and whatnot, and the hose comes around just underneath this sort of bib part stuck in there. The actual bib is all ribbed and around and painted nicely, not too much weathering on there either. And then we go down to this harness sort of part down here, which is connected just underneath the bib part again, and this bit's connected to the actual front belt. We have got the hook, which is on there, but it's a lot thinner and a bit of a napper plastic than the Luke one was. And then these gloves are nice and glossy, apart from this hand, which is really loose. This hand is nice and tight. A bit more on the weathering there, but sometimes I don't know whether it's actually a bleed from the actual glove itself. And then down to his boots, and then we've got those kind of sort of shotgun shells around on this one, and then we've got that kind of nice gloss boots again on there, and nothing on the back. And the weathering's kind of sort of takes a different thing of it, and on the camera you kind of see the different cameras or colours of the figure for the different plastics used, from up here, here, here and there. But yeah, I mean, still, I think 20 quid, do you know what I mean? It's just another wearable to like chuck on your shelf to make him look really cool. And comparing him to Luke Skywalker as well, I mean, there's not really much to compare because they are exactly the same, but they just kind of look nice together, you know. They're just two X-Wing pilots hanging out, and what more could you ask for your Rebels Star Wars shelf of Black Series? So at the moment, I mean, I picked this guy up at Star Action Toys for $19.99, around that sort of price. Might have been about $18.95, as sometimes they don't charge full price for the figure, which is quite nice because I only charge $2.50 for post and packaging. And yeah, why not go out and get him? It's Wedge Antilles, original trilogy, you can't go wrong. So if you're an actual Star Wars enthusiast, it's a must buy. As an action figure, the actual figure itself is pretty cool. So why not go and treat yourself? It's Christmas. So guys, thank you for joining me on this one. This has been me, Wedge Antilles, and Luke. You can comment down below. You can follow me on Instagram in the description. And you can also ding that bell and smash that thumbs up if you like. But until next time, bye.